This is Caribbean Vibes.
Sometimes I sit and wonder, do black people remember the message of dignity we got in 1970? Because that revolution changed the whole Caribbean. In every town and village, black people got the message. The message showed us the beauty of blackness. Yet some women still in them white stupidness, pressing up their hair, rouge and lipstick to waste, turning their eyebrows out of place. Oh yes, when you see these girls, you must smile, don't you fret. Their values are upset, they ain't get the message as yet. I am uncomfortable with our voice, my people. How long shall we continue to bathe in them white value? Some men are prepared to die, wearing English coat and tie. Tchaikovsky, some men prefer, rather than their Lord Kitchener. Some still like to work underneath a white cross. Some value their English knighthood and gold cross. Some feel proud when they marry a white lady. Some think Rastafarians nasty, nasty. If they dance playing soul music every set, don't fret, find a new fet. They ain't get the message as yet.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
We learned from the revolution, foreign things must come second. Yet some people still prefer hot dogs and hamburger or music festival. Imagine it's still piano and violin. Teachers still teaching Shakespeare. Why not poems of Lord Superior? We learn to value our past and culture, whether it be Asian or from Africa. We learned that all blacks in this poor Caribbean share a common culture. We are one, culture makes us one. So when they ban short shirt from singing in Refet, CDC acting like a Jamet, they ain't get the message as yet. They like, oh, Jumba, Water and UC Guayana, innocently they suffer socialism. Some say no, some still hate Fidel Castro. To all these folks, brother man, let's stretch our helping hand, so that one day they will see the message of 1970. Or some guys still call one another. So music every set, don't fret, find a new fet. They ain't get the message as yet.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
We learned from the revolution. Foreign things must come second. Yet some people still prefer hot dogs and hamburger or music festival. Imagine it's still piano and violin. Teachers still teaching Shakespeare. Why not poems of Lord Superior? We learn to value our past and culture, whether it be Asian or from Africa. We learn that all blacks in this poor Caribbean share a common culture. We are one, culture makes us one. So when they ban short shirt from singing in Refet, CDC acting like a jamet, they ain't get the message as yet. They like, oh, Jumba, Water and UC Guayana. Innocently they suffer socialism. Some say no, some still hate Fidel Castro. To all these folks, brother man, let's stretch our helping hand so that one day they will see the message of 1970. Awesome guys still call one another happy. Some bow to the Queen as if she mighty. Some of our leaders in the Caribbean on black thinkers, they put a ban, they can't land. To them, Ranger, Weeks, and Rodney is a threat. Their actions I regret. They ain't get the message as yet.
Then get the message as yet. The message of 1970. The message of 1970. The mighty chalk dust, Dr. Hollis, Liverpool. The message of 1970. Good evening to all of you. 1970 was a year. Our history must continue to inform us. Part of our fight today is to reconnect with that history. The 1970s. 1970 revolution in Trinidad vibrated across the Caribbean and across the world. Good evening to you and welcome to Politics 101. Tuesday evening here on the East Coast, specifically in Buxton. Please share the link. The message of 1970. We are a region of revolutions. We are a region of revolutions. The great 1763, Berbice revolution, they call it a rebellion. The revolution they held Berbice for over a year, liberated themselves. A revolution. We, of course, have the Great Haitian Revolution, 1804, the Cuban Revolution, 1959, the February Revolution, 1917, Trinidad, and of course, the Grenadian Revolution in 1983. This past Friday, March 13, we observed the anniversary of the Grenadian Revolution. 1979, March 13, 47 years ago, the New Jewel movement of Grenada, led by the great Maurice Bishop, decided to take the country from the then dictator, Eric Gary. The revolution lasted for 4 years, 4 beautiful, glorious years. A combination of self-implosion and imperialist machinations brought an end to a glorious 4 years in Grenada. The Cuban Revolution continues to limp on. The assault on that revolution today is well known. Our country, Guyana, which benefited from that revolution, today is throwing Cuba under the bus. The Grenadian Revolution, of course, in 1983 was very interesting. Guyana was integral. I remember in 1983 when the Americans invaded Grenada. For the first time, you saw in front of the American embassy members of the then PPP, PNC, and WPA, bringing together the 3 warring parties of that time. It was the Grenadian Revolution. Beautiful. We had, of course, the 1980 revolution in Suriname, when army officers led by Bouterse took over the government of that time. We had a revolution in Dominica in 1979, when the people took to the streets and threw out Patrick John. We had the Nicaraguan Revolution of 1979. We had the Iranian Revolution of 1979. It was the age of revolution. We in the Caribbean are a people of revolution. Revolution means, as I keep saying here, going to the root, the root, the root, the root. Not settling for cosmetic changes, but uprooting the causes of our suffering. We thank the ancestors, we thank God for being part of this Caribbean that has shown the world what revolution is. Chalked us there, the message of 70, the 1970 revolution, when students at the University of the West Indies in Trinidad, having heard that Caribbean students in Canada found the white professor cheating and discriminating against Black students, and they took over the computer room at the university. Cheddy Jagan Jr. was in that group. Joey Jagan was in that group of West Indian students. And the students of Trinidad heard they were in the University of the West Indies, and the Canadian ambassador to Trinidad was visiting the university, and the student locked the gate. You're not coming in here until you let our students in Canada go. And that led to marches led by the National Joint Action Committee, NJAC, led by students. The student leader then was Macandal Dagger, the former Geddes Granger, Macandal Dagger. And those marches began, and people began to join the students in those marches. And they marched up and down Port of Spain. They went into the banks and they demanded that Black people must now work in banks. They went into the churches and said, white Jesus and white Mary must go and be replaced by Black Jesus. Eric Williams was the Prime Minister of Trinidad. He had written Capitalism and Slavery. He had written the history of the West Indies. He had socialized a generation of Black students He had made them conscious of their blackness. But yet here he was in Trinidad, presiding over an independent government that was not moving to empower Black people. Soon the marches move from the city down into the south, where East Indians were in the sugar belt. And some East Indians joined the march. The army then mutinied. And so the mutiny in the army and the students on the road brought Trinidad to its knees. American warships and Venezuelan warships were situated off the coast of Trinidad. Eventually, the army leaders were arrested and the Black Power leaders were arrested and they were charged. They were freed of the charges eventually. But that 1970 revolution, the Black Power revolution, is what Chagdas was talking about there. We are the Caribbean. We are a people of revolution. We must connect with our history. We must know what happened in these places not so long ago. The members of Ascrea marched and went to Burnham's residence. And Burnham promised that he would not turn his back on Black Power. The message of 1970, February Revolution of 1970, calling our people, and I'm making the point here. I said last night I went to the University of Guyana, it's quiet. People all over Guyana are quiet. Today, they went, I think, at Friendship there in the East Bank and licked down people's houses. And they could do that because we are quiet. We have stopped making revolution. We stopped making revolution. Many of us are the children of 1970. We are the children of the 70s. We fought. Some paid with their lives. Others paid with their liberty. We are the children of the revolution. Some of us still fight.
I love the 70s and I'm crying now. When I look around at my youth today, I feel you. Come. There is a child of the 70s and I'm crying now. When I look around at my youth today, I feel a how. You see, the struggle was never about one battle and stop. But from where we left off, our youths today are not picking up. The transgression and regression I see today and feel. Well, it has to be an illusion, no, it cannot be real. Foolishness have crowded their conscious mind. All progress we made, they have left behind. All positive gains going down the train look like 1970 happened in vain. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the 70s. We are the children of the revolution. We are the fighters, if you please. It's we who fought for your salvation, so you don't have to fight. We are the children of the revolution who fought to make things right. You make me feel we fought a losing battle when I look at you today, oh God. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the revolution who fought so that you won't be this way. Old dagger is gray and aging now, weak from time but still stands for right. Rafik Shah, your contribution is not forgotten. Nunez haven't given up the fight. Beverly Jones, God rest her soul. Guy Haywood and Brian Jeffers too. These are just some of the people who fought and died. Yes, they give their lives for you. Many more have died, too much to mention. Many more are still around. And then there are those of us who continue to make a contribution in song. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the 70s. We are the children of the revolution. We are the fighters, if you please. It's we who fought for your salvation, so you don't have to fight. We are the children of the revolution who fought to make things right. You make me feel we fought a losing battle when I look at you today, my son. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the revolution who fought so that you won't be this way. What are you doing on that corner, son? Why aren't you in school? Why are you being so rebellious? Why are you breaking every rule? You have to wake up from your stupor. You have to take a look around. Be cognizant of your surrounding. You have to see what's going on. We haven't given up on you, my child. You don't have to look so lost. You are heading down the road of total destruction. We want to change your course. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the 70s. We are the children of the revolution. We are the fighters, if you please. It's we who fought for your salvation, so you don't have to fight. We are the children of the revolution who fought to make things right. Don't make me feel we fought a losing battle when I look at you today, my child. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the revolution who fought so that you won't be this way. We are the children of the We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of the
Yes. We made revolution in our Caribbean. We made revolution here in our Guyana with the children of the 1970s. After independence, the question was, what kind of Guyana and the Caribbean do we want? What kind? Our own people are taking power. But some of us, the younger generation, felt that we needed a revolution to break out of the systemic problems that were left by colonialism. And so there was a debate. Should we just have a reform of colonialism? Or should we have a revolution that breaks in a clean way with colonialism? That was what it was about in the 1970s. There were some Caribbean leaders who felt that we should remain a neo-colonial region. By neo-colonialism, we meant new colonialism. Then there were others like Michael Manley and Forbes Burnham who went a little further. Manley instituted democratic socialism. Burnham instituted cooperative socialism. And they attempted to use state power to empower the poor and the powerless, to use state power to try to stamp out poverty, to use state power to make education accessible to poor people. And then there were the revolutionaries, the Walter Rodneys and Maurice Bishops and Tim Hectors, and joined by the elders like Quayana, Macandal Dagger, who wanted Burnham and Manley to go further, to make a clean break with colonialism. And that clash gave rise to what we call revolution. The revolution of the 1970s, the revolution of 1970, the Black Power Revolution. That was the revolution to make Black people work in banks. Up until 1970, all across our region, you had to be Portuguese, high-collar Black in order to work in banks. The 1970 revolution put an end to that. In 1970, you could still go into the churches and see statues, white statues of Jesus and Mary. The Black Power Revolution of 1970 put an end to that. You couldn't wear dashikis to work. Women couldn't wear afro to work. After 1970, the 1970 revolution put an end to that. And we must know, that is what Gypsy is saying there. We fought so that you don't have to be this way. The young Blacks and the young brown people in our Caribbean who are allowing the gains of those revolutions to slip by. You see, when you win something, you have to protect it. Revolution is a process. The things we take for granted, we have to fight for them. Black women walk around today with their cornrow and their braids, and they take it for granted that it was always there. It was never always there. We have to fight to make that possible. Rastafarians, everyone could be dread today. But there was a time when Rastafarians were beaten down in Jamaica. Alexander Bustamante, the Prime Minister, said, bring all Rastas in, dead or alive. 1963. The Melbourne incident. A gas station owner was killed by some men in dreads. And the government said, bring in all Rastas, dead or alive. They rounded up all the Rastas, cut off their dreadlocks, beat them. Only 3 years ago or 4 years ago, the government of Jamaica gave compensation to the families of those Rastafarians. In Dominica, we had the famous Desmond Trotter case. Imprisoned, cut off his locks because he was a Rasta. Today, everyone is a Rasta, and we have to know that it didn't come just so. We have to fight for it. The message of 1970. Chagda said they ain't get the message as yet. We look at our society today. Last night we talked about the condition of Black people. And we're asking, as Gypsy is asking, did we fight in vain? And why there are people who are in charge of this state don't want us to reconnect you to that history. We are the children of the revolution. We are the children of 1970. Dr. Rupert Ryan just passed away, a child, an architect of our revolution, the Caribbean Revolution. We fought then, so what? We were hoping that we didn't have to fight today. They give people like me hell because I'm standing up for black people. Why do you give me hell for standing up for black people? Because you have a plan to keep black people down. And they've infiltrated the minds of a critical mass of East Indian people who look at people like myself and call me racist. But a day will come in this land when their eyes will be cleaned and they would recognize that they're allowing their party to turn them into people who do not empathize with the other race. One of my comrades said that he went to Berbice, I understand, and met two men who were cussing me nasty. And he asked them, do you know that David Hines went to jail under Burnham? No, we didn't know that. And that is the danger of hiding our history. Because we are creating generations that are developing thoughts of the country, thoughts of their fellow countrymen and women, thoughts of leaders in a vacuum. We are the children of the revolution, and we are proud to have been and continue to be revolutionaries. We need revolution in Guyana today. They went in and are breaking down those people's homes in Friendship. And I'm tired of it, because at the end of the day, those people in Friendship and other people will have to stop it. They got away with breaking down the homes of the people at Moko and Hillfoot and in Mackenzie. And now they go to Friendship. Don't you all see that? People are calling me, Dr. Hines, aren't you going on the ground? Look, they're breaking down people's house in Friendship. I'm all the way in Boston. If I were close, I would have been on the ground. But the point of the matter, the fact of the matter is that we have to go beyond crying and stand up like men and women and stop this nonsense. Black people have gotten too soft. And that's the problem. I saw men today, men who get up and go to work, who take their meager earnings and build a building, and you're mowing it down. We have to begin to make revolution again in this country, or else that confounded nonsense will continue. We are the children of the revolution. We didn't have cash grants in 1970. Nobody could come to us and give us a little stupid contract and muzzle us. Black people have compromised themselves in this country, and we are reaping the whirlwind. We are the children of the revolution. We fought so that you don't have to be this way today. But yet here we are today. We don't make revolution no more. We think it's a dirty word. We're not thinking about the collective. They've succeeded in getting us to believe that our salvation doesn't lie with us and in our communities. We are the children of the revolution who fought so that you don't have to be this way today. The government of Guyana could do what they're doing, throw Cuba under the bus, and the larger society shrug its shoulder because they don't know what Cuba means to Guyana and the Caribbean. Because we don't teach them. Why do they not want me to teach? Because they want to create an ignorant society, ignorant of its roots, ignorant of its culture, ignorant of its history, ignorant of its heritage, so that they can walk through this country and not face the wrath of the sufferers. In 2025, they got us to call one of our brother leader. I don't like you, you're too black. We fought in 1970 and beyond so that black people don't have to scorn being black. Yet in 2020, some of us, we premise our vote on who is too black. Shame on the African. There's no excuse for it. There are explanations. I don't think we can blame people, most of the people, especially the younger ones. But there's some older ones who encouraged it. There's some older ones who were part of it. And the mess is now left for us to clean up. When you encourage people to sell their votes, and after selling their votes, we create a mess. We give the dictators a stronger grip on power. The people who we now turn to are weakened. We are the children of the revolution. Some of us are still standing. Some of us are still here telling the truth. They're messing up all the races, messing up Amerindians, messing up black people, messing up East Indians. When an East Indian cannot distinguish between someone who is advocating for racial equality and confusing that to mean that somebody's racist, it's a bad place. And a critical mass of our East Indian brethren and sisters are allowing themselves to be swallowed up by that nonsense. They're messing up all the races. I am standing on the side of black people. That's the only group that I have permission to advocate for. Can't go and advocate for Amerindians. I can lend solidarity. I can't go and advocate for East Indians. I can lend solidarity. But they're screwing up the country. Did you all hear East Indians saying Orphan Ali is too Muslim? Or Orphan Ali is too black? He black just like Aubrey Norton. But did you all hear Indians say he's too black? And where black people got off with that nonsense. And worst of all, use that to determine the vote. We are children of the revolution. We fought so that you don't have to be this way. Sadly, you are this way. Which East Indian you heard said that Orphan Ali, who is as dark and black as Aubrey Norton? Which East Indian you hear saying Orphan Ali is too black? They may not like him. They may not like his politics. Black man, black woman, you all have dealt yourself an almost fatal blow. It's hard. It's difficult to pick up the pieces. What is the outcome? The outcome, after all that anti-black rhetoric against Norton, what is the outcome? A stronger PPP that is now moving into the black community and licking down the homes of people blacker than Norton. Black people children played Pagua on Pagua Day, showing some solidarity across racial lines. But we lost 2 beautiful lives because the conditions in the black community are not safe. 2 little children lost their lives. In other communities, the likelihood of children losing their lives because of official neglect is less. It's there, but it's less. Black people are exposed. We're exposed environmentally. We are exposed socially. We are exposed economically. We are the children of the revolution, and we are here to sound that bell. I can tell you now, the conditions of black people and poor people are not going to change by chat. It's going to be changed by organization and mobilization and revolution. I was one who disagreed with my brother Aubrey for not going on the streets before 2011. I knew the difficulty of going on the street before 2025. I knew the difficulty. I'm aware of the difficulties, the risks of going on the streets, the infiltration, the fact that the government is ready to shoot down people. But I felt that we could have, at least in a limited way, take to the road. And some people berated us for that, withheld their votes from us. And I ask today, who is on the streets? Is Mohammed and Win, are they on the streets? No. So far, so good. I agree that Norton made an error. Whether it's a major error or minor error, it was an error to have given up on the streets. But those who punished him for that, by either withholding their votes and staying home, or switching their votes to another party, I am asking, where is that other party? Is it on the road? Black man, know thyself. Make better choices. We are the children of the revolution. We are the revolutionaries. All of us must expose corruption. All of us. It has taken root. But a revolution cannot be confined to standing in front of big houses and saying this is what corruption looks like. That is not revolution. What are we doing about that? We have to take responsibility, all of us as leaders. We are the children of the revolution. We have to ask questions of our leaders. We cannot make excuses for leaders always. Up to a certain point, you have to. I have sympathy for any leader who is being taken advantage of. I know what it is to be in a jail cell for 3 years and 3 months because of my conviction. I know what it is. And so I'm in solidarity with any leader, black, brown, or pink, that is a victim of state harassment and state force. And in that regard, I stand with the Mohammeds, insofar as they're victims of state aggression. I stand with them. Man shall not live by bread alone. We will not be free. We will not be freed by sympathy. We will be freed by determined action by people. Mobilize our people. I am one of 65. I wish there were 10 more like me. I can't make other people what they are not. I am one of 65. Ask questions. When are they going to stop bulldozing poor people's homes? When are they going to stop bulldozing black people's homes? When black people and poor people stand up and say, we stopping it. You have to make sacrifices. When we stood up, we were prepared to go to jail. We are prepared to die for the revolution. You cannot have revolution if you're not prepared to pay, to sacrifice. Power concedes nothing, absolutely nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. So says Frederick Douglass. Do you think this government is going to concede an inch to the opposition? The opposition has to demand it. And the opposition parties cannot fight by themselves. They have to fight with soldiers. The soldiers cannot fight with them by themselves. They have to fight with the leaders. We have gotten to the point in this country where it's a tragedy. We have become a tragedy for a country. A tragedy. We're probably the only country in the world where people take blows every day and know they're taking blows and do nothing about it. In fact, we lick down ourselves. Fight among ourselves. We have to decide which direction we're going in. We have to decide which direction we want to go. Do we want to go back to the plantation? Do we want to go back to the barrack yard? Do we want to go back to the nigger yard of yesterday, to quote my brother Martin Carter? Why do they not want me and people like me to speak to black people and to say, get off your butts and demand what belongs to you in this country? Why do they not want that? Why some black people are scared to do that, or to associate with people who are saying, get up, stand up, and demand your rights? Don't wait until they come with a bulldozer and bulldoze over people's homes, and then we cry and we shout and we plead. Stop it, stop it, stop it before it starts. Yes, I'm going to say you're preaching violence. They can come and search my house. I don't have a gun. I don't have bullets. What I'm preaching is resistance. Resistance. We've got to decide. Are we all going to allow ourselves to be herded back into the dungeons of slavery? So many people contact me on a daily basis. Some making suggestions to me, some pledging support to me. But we need a multitude. People talk all the time about young people, young people, young people. Young people. I don't expect young people to emulate what I did, what we did when we were young. When I entered the gates of Camp Street Jail, I was not yet 21. I was not yet 21. When Walter Rodney was brutally murdered, he was just 38. Don't tell me about youth. Nothing comes easy. You have to put your belly out there, whether you're a youth, an elder, or what have you. I've met some wonderful young people, some brave young people who have come into the struggle. I see them in the APNU every day, giving their all. So I'm not dogging young people. On election day, so many of them came out and worked for us as election agents and polling agents and so forth. So they are in the struggle, some of them. But some of them run away from the struggle. You have to want to make sacrifices for what you believe in. That is ultimately what struggle is about. I never made a cent out of the revolution. Many of us are still poor because we were busy in the struggle. You have to make sacrifice, or else there will be no progress. You have to take risks. I'm not talking here about picking up arms. We are not in that era. In the 1970s, it was a different era. People went into the mountains and challenged by force of arms. This is 2026. But we have to make revolution with what we have. That is it, what it is. We have to look around and say, what do we have? And make revolution with what we have. And not be afraid. Not be consumed by fear. Not allowing yourself always to want something. Not when the state gives you what is due to you. You say, thanks, Massa. Come on, people. And Indian people have to stop this foolishness of believing that black people are lesser human beings. Denying me as a black man the right to say I love my own people. That's what some Indian people are doing. And that is obscene and it's ugly. To deny a brother the right to say to his people, I love you. That's all I'm saying to black people. I love you. And I want you to do better. And some Indian people are taking lead up from the PPP and want to deny me that right. I do not deny an Indian the right of saying he loves his people. or she loves her people. I want Indian people to love their people. I want Amerindian people to love their people. I want Indian leaders to love their people. I want Amerindian people to love their people. And they do. But I encourage Indian people to deny people like me that right. That I must hide. That black leaders must hide to say, I love you. Black is beautiful. And when you choose like me, like Brother Takumo Ogunse, like Vincent Alexander, like Rickford Burke, like Mark Benchop, and so many others, when you choose not to hide, to hug up your people, Indian people call you racist. You say, well, what's racist? Man, you only for one people. Shut the hell up. I am for all people. But I want to do so hugging up my people. How the hell am I for one people? When I went to jail, championing the Indian cause, going against my own and leadership that looks like me. Where were you? At some point, we have to say this. And then you have some black people, David, you must have a class. What kind of class? I went to school, I know what is class. I was in the struggle, I know what is class. And I know when to preach class and when to preach race. When you go into a black community and licking down people homes, you're licking it down because of class. You're licking them down because you know they're black people. You dare not go into an Indian area, working class or upper class, and lick down their homes. Dare not do it. Tell me about class. I know about working class, that's where I come from. I see that every day. I'm not a black bougie. I don't hang out with black bougie. I hang out with working class black people. I may not be essentially in that class because of education and so forth. But that's where my heart is. So don't tell me about class. Don't lecture me about class. The fact is, I am not hiding to hug up my people. I'm not hiding to say black is beautiful. Because I'm not satisfying the cynics. Black people need love. Black people need solidarity. Black people need lifting up. All races need love. All races need solidarity. All races need lifting up. But an Indian leader doesn't have to hide to love Indian people. An Amerindian leader, thank God, doesn't have to hide anymore to lift up Amerindian people. Why must black leaders make excuses? They say something black and they say, but other races. Today, we speak. Today, we preach. It is not the preaching, it's what you preach. The amount of money that is flowing in this society is enough to wipe poverty from the face of this country. Is enough that each Guyanese family can live a normal life. It's enough. Yes, we need to fight Exxon for more, but those who are fighting Exxon are not fighting the government to say, when Exxon give more, will you give more to poor people? Will you give more to Amerindians? Will you give more to black people? That's what they're not saying. Exxon, well, I'm good with that. But when Exxon give it to us, are you saying to the government, you're going to take the more from Exxon and give more to poor people? Not as handouts, but give them in wages. Give them in policies. Give them in a universal basic income. Give them in land. Give them in homes, not them little cubic thing. Homes that they can live comfortably. So if you don't see me on the Exxon bandwagon, it's not because I think Exxon wrong. Exxon wrong. But I'm saying, fight Exxon, but fight your government to distribute what we have here properly. I have made the calculation. I have less control over Exxon than I have over my ability to stand in the ranks of Guyanese and demand from our government. If I can't demand from our government, how am I going to demand from Exxon? We got to get the cards right, our priorities right. If we can fight Exxon, we can fight racism in Guyana. If we can fight Exxon, we can fight class oppression in Guyana. If we can fight Exxon, we can fight corruption in Guyana. If we can fight Exxon, we can fight poverty in Guyana. Talk to me. I am fearing no government. Government was created by human beings. Government was created by citizens. And citizens must control government, not the other way around. Those who are interested in revolutionary change, fundamental change, come in my ranks or bring me in your ranks. I'm tired of crying and mourning. I'm tired of watching bulldozers lick down black people and poor people homes. When will it stop? It will stop when we stop it. There is no other way. No other way.